This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for November 17th, 2025. The unlikely pairing of the Avett brothers and Mike Patton from Faith No More and Mr. Bungle have just released their debut album and announced a U.S. tour in support of that album. Tickets go on sale this Friday, November 21st at 10 a.m. That includes a stop in Boston, Massachusetts on June 10th at the Wang Center. Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit and his past support of Russia has come back to haunt the band. While much has been forgotten, back in 2012, Fred Durst married Ukrainian-born Kesniva Berzina, a relationship that led him spending more time overseas. During that period, he became increasingly more localized to Russian culture, particularly the Crimea region, which Russia annexed from Ukraine back in 2014. At one point in 2015, Fred Durst and his now ex-wife had talked about moving to Crimea to film Russian Crimea-friendly television content, which was seen as support for the Russian government and Vladimir Putin. The couple divorced in 2018, and now Limp Bizkit's concert that was planned for May 31st of next year in Estonia has been canceled because of Fred Durst's support of Russia. Fathom Entertainment is partnering with the Jim Henson Company to bring the 1986 classic Labyrinth back to theaters to celebrate the movie's 40th anniversary. The celebration will include a special featurette celebrating the fans of Labyrinth, filmed on location at the UK's recent Labyrinth Experience and Masked Ball. The film served as a breakout performance for Jennifer Connelly, who was just 14 years old at the time, and David Bowie, who famously starred as the Goblin King. Tickets for the screenings from January 8th through the 11th are available at specific theaters and through Fathom Entertainment online. Deep Purple frontman Ian Gillan has revealed he is losing his eyesight and has said retirement is, quote, not far off. The 80-year-old legendary musician last played a full run of shows with his band in November of 2024, saying, quote, it's one of those things, I've got only 30% vision. That won't get better. It makes life mysterious. The hardest thing is working on my laptop. I can't see anything on the screen unless I use my peripheral vision. I pick up a line by looking at it sideways, but you find a way and you adapt. Dave Mustaine has revealed that he would like Megadeth's final concert to take place in space, saying, quote, there's so many musicians that have come to the end of their career, whether accidental or intentional. Most of them don't get to go out on their own terms on top. That's where I'm at in my life right now. I hope we'll be playing up in space. I think that will be a really fitting climax. I'm not talking about on the side of a vomit comet, a gig on the moon, a full moon landing. That would be cool. I saw they sent up a bunch of celebrities into space and I thought, well, if them, why not me? I'm just watching how it all progresses. I know Elon Musk and Richard Branson were working on interstellar travel. I think people are going to be traveling to space a lot sooner than you might think. People already travel over 40,000 feet in altitude, and when you get to that kind of atmosphere, you're basically already in space. The NFL has announced the halftime performers for its Thanksgiving Day games, including Jack White, Post Malone, and Lil Jon. The festivities, taking place on November 27th, kick off with the holiday's traditional Detroit Lions game. The Lions will host the Green Bay Packers at Ford Field in Detroit, and hometown hero Jack White will headline the halftime festivities. Fellow Detroiter Eminem and his manager Paul Rosenberg will executive produce the halftime event. Jack White was just inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, along with Meg White as the White Stripes. Post Malone is set to hit the halftime stage with his favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Lil Jon is set to perform the halftime show when the Baltimore Ravens host the Cincinnati Bengals at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Hamilton star Renee Elise Goldsberry will sing the national anthem at the game, according to the Ravens, who announced it last week. Youngblood just announced that he's canceling all of his remaining 2025 tour dates due to mounting health concerns, with a promise of, quote, making it up to fans in the future. Saying, quote, this year has been truly unbelievable and I feel so lucky and honored from everything that's happened. It's in my nature to run and run until I run myself into the ground without giving a fuck about anything apart from the music and you guys. But this time I've been told that I have to take it seriously and I can't fuck around. I don't want to do any lasting damage to myself. We are on a journey that I want to last forever. I understand that some of you will be frustrated, and I just want you to know that this is as hard on me, but I promise I will make it up to you. Youngblood recently dropped off the Limp Bizkit South American tour. He went on to say, USA, I will see you next year. Mexico and Latin America, we're already looking into my own shows down there that will be more affordable for next year too. It's going to be unbelievable, and I can't wait. The Pink Pop Festival has gradually begun releasing official recordings of artist sets, including Mastodon, Deftones, Sepultura, Korn, Rage Against the Machine, Rammstein, and more on their official YouTube. While they've just released their Linkin Park performance from 2012, the set list, a mix of Hybrid Theory, Meteora, Minutes to Midnight with inclusions from 1,000 Suns and Living Things tracks. The surviving members of the original Alice Cooper band joined together to play something called Christmas Pudding, a yearly event that raises money for Alice Cooper's Solid Rock Teen Centers, which provide music, art, dance, and vocational programs for kids aged 12 through 20. The performance took place over the weekend at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, Arizona, featuring Michael Bruce, Dennis Dunaway, and Neil Smith, along with guitarist Gyasi Hughes, who filled in for late Cooper Axeman Glenn Buxton. Playing tracks from the latest album, The Revenge of Alice Cooper, the first full recording featuring the original band since 1973's Muscle of Love. And Motionless in White have announced they're set to release a new single called Afraid of the Dark on January 28th. The track will serve as the first single from their upcoming 7th album, which is expected to arrive next year. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 284, featuring Jeff Plate from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, is available now.